I'm James Ed. Just call me Jamie. Welcome back to another video. So y'all, today is Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. Look, we starting to get through the week, so I'm happy about that. We about to get to this weekend, so I'm happy about that. But what I wanted to talk about is, as you can see by the title, your girl is done applying for jobs. I'm sorry, I'm done applying for jobs. And the reason why I say that I'm done applying for jobs is because of the simple fact, like I said, let me give you my backstory. So I have a bachelor's degree in HR management. I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. I have been applying for jobs for over 2 years. I want to say, 2 years. I've been applying for jobs when I was working as an HR director. Now, if you don't know, because people like to come in here and assume and think they know about your life or whatever they want to say, I was let go from my job due to the fact that my boss, it was a startup mental health app. So I was working for a startup mental health app, and my boss informed me that she wasn't able to pay me anymore. So that's how I stopped working from my job. So fast forward today, I have been applying for jobs for over 2 years. I've been applying for jobs when I was working as an HR director because I felt like I needed more, and I don't have time to run behind nobody for my money. You get what I'm saying? So I stopped applying for jobs. I got to the point wherein I stopped applying because of the simple fact that every time that I apply for the job, these jobs either ghost you, reject you, or just like they just doing it just to do it. I've been applying for jobs like HR generalist, HR assistant, project management, because I have project management experience. Those were the type of jobs I was applying for. I got to the point where I dumbed down myself to go as low as something like customer service. And I'm not saying being a customer service rep is dumb, but the fact that I got to the point where it was like I didn't care about the pay. I didn't care about if they was paying $12, $13 an hour. That's what I mean. I went that low, which I know I shouldn't have done that. So I just, I was like, I need a job, and these jobs ain't calling me back. And it was just a mess. And going into it, my expectation was like, oh, you just apply for a job. You apply for a job, you got to tailor your resume to the job description. You tailoring your resume to the job description, or you getting your resume done. And I'll say out of 10 applications that I apply for, maybe I might hear from one out of those 10 I might have applied for, or sometimes maybe at all. Who got time for that? Who got time to play the games that these jobs want you to play? Because I'm not doing that. I'm not selling my soul or kiss your behind for no job. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Because I never was the type of kiss a behind person. I was always the type of person to work for what they want. And it just got to that point where like, hey, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of doing this. I don't want to do this no more. And at the end of the day, you just want a decent job to support your children, or to just be comfortable and not have to worry about when the next bill is due, or have to worry about living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to live like that in this era today. Nobody has time for that. So it is what it is. I'm not about to stress out about nothing like that. And then you experiencing after rejection or ghosting, it got to a point where you just feeling like a number to these people. Rejection, it's like you in a lottery, and you're just like, you got to see if they gonna pick you. You got to see if they gonna pick you, to call you, to schedule you for an interview. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to feel like that? Nobody want to live like that or feel like that. You're just a number, which you are just a number to these people. Let's be honest. Let's stop sugarcoating it. You really are just a number to these people. Because at the end of the day, if you get a job with these people and they fire you, they gonna replace you the next day. Let's just stop sugarcoating it. And let's be real. They will replace you the next day. Because at the end of the day, when I was working as an HR director and people was like, oh, it's moving too slow, I need to go ahead and find something. I'm just like, I interviewed somebody the next day and fill that spot. So let's just really stop sugarcoating stuff. That's how it really is. I know for a fact I put in over 1,000 applications over those past 2 years. I know. And a lot of times I wouldn't hear nothing back, or it would just automatically reject. So it really don't matter. And then the ones that did reply, they'll be like, you were a good candidate. You had all of the strong things that we're looking for, but we found somebody who got more than you, or they're got more of this than you. You know what I'm saying? They always try to find something that's like a set you apart from the other person, or that person got more or more experience than you, or whatever, wherever they go. And then what you fail to realize is when you're doing that stuff, start to take an emotional toll on you, emotionally, mentally, physically, because you're like, why is nobody calling me back? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get a job? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Like, why is nobody? And what you fail to realize is, like I say, you're a lottery. You're a number in a bucket. You're a crab in a bucket. So you have to compete with the other crabs in the bucket. That's what you fail to realize. You have to compete with everybody else who's applying for the same job as you. That's what you have to do. And I had to sit there and think, what can set me apart from this person? I got military experience, you got this, but a lot of times these jobs don't care about that. They don't care about that at all. And sometimes I just feel like they say going in the military will benefit you. And I'm not going to regret. I feel like being in the military, when I went in the military, it was one of the best decisions of my life. But I feel like it's good and it's a curse in the end, because a lot of times these jobs don't care nothing about you going in the military or you been in the military. A lot of times they don't care nothing about that. They want somebody who got that experience or who they don't have to train, you know what I'm saying, to do that job. That's what a lot of these jobs want. So I'm just like, no more. I'm sorry, I can't. I have major doubts worrying about the income. It's too much. And then I got to the point where I need something else that can supplement my income while I do find something, or whatever it is, or if I decide to go in somebody's job, or whenever I would be able to get in somebody else's job, I just started doing that. And then I just came across the gig work thing, doing DoorDash. Started off doing DoorDash. And then I started doing, and I did DoorDash for over 2 years. And I might talk a lot of stuff about DoorDash, but DoorDash has got me through a lot of things and paid a lot of bills for me. Unnecessary bills at that. And then I got into doing the Amazon Flex, which I can't stop doing the Amazon Flex. And then I started doing the Walmart Spark. And people might talk about a lot of stuff about doing gig work, and gig work is a lot of wear and tear in your car, but gig work can pay the bills for a lot of people. And at the end of the day, I like the flexibility of not having to answer to nobody when it comes to no job. I'm not gonna lie. I like the flexibility of that, not having to answer to nobody. I like the fact that I can get up when I want to get up, when I need to handle my business. I like that. I like that for me. I like it. And I don't care what nobody say. It just is what it is. Gig work at this point in my life right here, gig work is paying the bills. Gig work gives me the flexibility to be able to handle other stuff that I need to handle in my life. Currently, y'all know I'm in real estate school. So gig work is giving me the flexibility of that. Gig work has paid for my real estate classes. So I'm doing that when I have the time. If I'm not doing a block, or when I'm finished doing a block, I come back and do my real estate work. Because at the end of the day, I tell y'all, I'm not going to be doing gig work forever. I got to move on to something else. And who's to say that I might not be working a job and doing real estate. You just never know what the future holds. But I know as of right now, I stopped applying for jobs. Yep, I stopped applying for that because I don't need that. Having to worry about that stress, doing the gig work, trying to do the real estate and pass the real estate classes. I don't need that on me. And I don't need that. And then on top of that, y'all know YouTube is my main job. YouTube is a big up there with the gig work. So YouTube is more important, me posting these videos. And YouTube, that's a full-time job. That's like a 24/7 job. Like me having to post every day, having to record, edit, me having to make sure I get this content out for y'all, post whatever it is. YouTube is a stressful, this is my main job up there besides the gig work. So your girl got to do what she got to do. So I will continue to do the gig work until I get into doing the real estate thing. And I know I'll say real estate gonna be a hustle, and I'm up for that hustle. I do the gig work, hustling and all that. So, and I know I got to apply for brokerages and see which one I want to do. But at the end of the day, I got my peace. My mental health is more important. And I'm not about to let no job stress me out. Because see, I say I don't have the patience or the temper for that. So I'm going to continue to do what I do. That's what we going to do. But I just wanted to come on here and vent with y'all, speak about that, why your girl stopped applying for jobs and did this right here. This say YouTube, gig work, those my main jobs. I just wanted to speak to my viewers and let y'all know, because it's like everybody got something to say. I tell y'all, they always got something to say, which I don't understand that. But if you are tired of applying and feel ignored, trust me, it ain't just you. It ain't you. You not lazy, you not crazy, and it's just like the system is broken. But y'all, your dream don't have to die with it. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.